Hello and welcome, everybody. I was sitting around the hotel room, killing a little bit of time before heading to Saturday's version of Comic Con. Had a great time. The few hours I was there yesterday, bought some stuff that I probably shouldn't have, but everybody needs new dice, right? Uh, anyway, I was thumbing through the new Monster Manual. There's a lot of new material out, and I'm trying to digest it as efficiently as I can. So I brought my Monster Manual, knowing I'd have a little downtime while I was here. Now, one of the things that they've tried to do, and I think they've done it successfully, is create a place for the monsters in uh, their version of a D&D world. And obviously, their versions were the first versions. So, I encourage this behavior. I also encourage DMs to throw out the lore and use monsters the way it makes sense in your world. But something they've done, I was looking at mummies, and they've got this little chart, and they've made mummies more than just brainless. Well, I don't know. Are they brainless? Yeah, they're still a little brainless. But anyway, more than just bags of hit points that are particularly susceptible to clerics and fire. Um, and that's something they've done with all this stuff. It's easy to think of uh, monsters as just big bags of hit points, and you throw them at the party, and that's the end of it. So they've given mummies a purpose. They're a very purpose based creature now. They've got a little chart that they exist to protect the descendants from an ancient threat, their descendants, or they're here to reclaim treasure robbed from its crypt. And there's eight of them on here. Obviously, you can come up with a lot more stuff, but these are things that an ancestor or somebody might have been cursed with uh, to carry on in undeath, uh, to rectify or protect or see that some task is accomplished. Uh, and it got me thinking. It's a fun little way for to start a very low level uh, campaign, first level. Uh, just had it pop into my head. Um, so we'll probably put this in the random encounters playlist and see if it could inspire anybody. But my thought is this: what if your party, first level or second level, they've had a little success, they've found a decent amount of wealth, and they're ready to spend it. So they find their way to this little shop. It's I I think Matt Mercer's the on Critical Role is the first one I saw kind of use this exact kind of shop, but I kind of like it. It's kind of a resale shop vibe, which always appeals to me. They maybe do some outfitting specifically for adventuring types and others, but I mean they can have almost anything in there. It's kind of a business that just takes advantage of deals. If they can find something cheap, they'll grab it up and then turn it around for sale. Uh, the higher end ones keep some, enough money around that uh, they can buy magical items or treasure and loot from adventurers. They can do some buying and trading. They've got a good eye for appraisal. So the party comes in looking at the typical healing potions and maybe what kind of magic they've gotten. One of the things that this guy reveals, uh, he he pulls out a folded cloth and unwraps it, and it's this golden eye, very kind of a steampunk look with gears and stuff. And oh, what does this do? I don't know. It's magical. I'll I'll take it for, you can have it for 600 gold. Well, can we study? Can we try to identify it? And well, it looks like it has some kind of uh, lookout. Maybe something you could set at camp. You would have to formally identify it to get the details, but it looks like you could set it up in camp, and it would give warning when creatures are coming. Pretty sure there's a magic item that does this, but that's not the point. This is all secondary. The party can buy it or not buy it. Well, one of the things in this shop was a collection of uh, stuffed animals, not plushies, like taxidermy, um, insects and stuff, and examples of local flora and fauna. And there's some stuff that the party's probably going to engage with this at some point. And, it's stuff that so describe it as unique creatures. Some you recognize, some you don't. There's insects, there's small animals. Well, when this eye is exposed and they're talking about it, one of the big moths that's part of this collection suddenly animates and darts out the window. Oh, that's I didn't know it did that. That's never happened before. So later, maybe that night, maybe the next day, the mummy's coming to town because that moth, he was a lookout, and that eye is part of a treasure from long, long ago. So maybe the around midnight, there's sounds out on the street, screaming and yelling, and the party comes out, and it's these zombies, and these guys talk. They have languages. They're actually quite linguistic, with whatever you use for common and extra languages on top of that. So, and they're only CR3, um, but CR3 is pretty good if there's 50 of them. Whatever you need to do to make your encounter work. But yeah, they come wandering into town, and they're highly aggressive. They're not there to talk. They're there to home in on the eye and steal it back, or get it back and take it home to whatever crypt they're from. But there can be a conversation. There could be a parlay. This is one of those great opportunities for maybe you can talk to the monsters, or maybe it's just a fight. It's also one of those great encounters that can lead to a lot of different ways. How did the eye get there? How long has it been there? Are there treasure hunters around? Maybe there's some cult that's going from tomb to tomb looking for something, and they're reselling the items at these types of shops that they don't need. And maybe this group, becomes a big deal. Maybe these tombs are infested and becoming more active, and the party needs to deal with them, or somebody needs to deal with them. Yeah, maybe they just follow it back, and maybe it's just maybe the tomb is just a dungeon, and it's just a 1 or 2 session thing. Maybe it can be standalone, but they find more treasure maps there that they can choose to investigate, that are entirely separate adventures, but you're still leading them from adventure to adventure. You can create magical items and artifacts and quest lines that, if they put enough facts together from this ancient culture, they can lead them to an even bigger quest line and more interesting stuff. But anyway, I'm running late. I haven't had a Pepsi all day. And I think I'm going to go downstairs and see if I can get a big old hamburger. I bet this restaurant's going to have a hamburger. Yeah, it makes sense that they would. Hopefully they won't be attacked by zombies while I'm there. All right. Peace out. I can't believe I just said that. See you later. I love you all very much. You are all important to this world. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're listening. If there's a convention in your area, whether it's big or small, get out there and enjoy it. Just go by. Just see what it's like. It's fun. This is my once-a-year treat. Hopefully it'll be more than once a year. If I can get this whole YouTube thing to pick up. But okay, I'm seriously digressing here. See you later.